The courtroom doors closed with a loud bang. A bright light cut through the darkness as someone began to speak. The music stopped. The cameras turned off. And for the first time, Sean Diddy Combs' own children ran from the courtroom crying, unable to face the truth about their father and their mother. Big fancy houses, famous people, expensive drinks, and then Nighting courtroom drawings, evidence markers, and faces wet with tears. They thought they knew him. We all did. But today, I'm taking you behind the scenes into a world where music's biggest boss supposedly used fame, drugs, and fear to trap those closest to him. And when his children finally saw the proof with their own eyes, they couldn't stand to stay in the same room. The sound of a judge's hammer hit loudly 3 times. This isn't just another famous person in trouble. This is about control, abuse, and the shocking video proof that made his daughters run away crying. By the end of this story, you'll question everything you thought you knew about the music industry's so-called bad boy. A view from above shows the Manhattan Federal Courthouse with news crews gathered outside on May 19, 2025. The air feels electric as reporters push against each other for space. Signs float above the crowd saying, "Justice for victims." Inside, every seat is taken. Artists draw quickly on paper, trying to capture what few ever thought they'd see. Sean Diddy Combs, hip-hop leader and culture icon, sitting at the defense table while his empire falls apart around him. But today isn't like other days in court. For the first time since this scandal broke, the family section has people in it. 3 young women sit in the front row, Chance, Delilah, and Jessie Combs, Diddy's daughters, dressed perfectly, their faces calm but hiding many feelings. Next to them sits Justin Combs, Diddy's oldest son, his face showing nothing. When reporters asked why they came, Chance simply said, "We're here to support our father." But under those simple words lies a tangled web of family secrets that will come apart before the day ends. At the center of this case is Cassie Ventura, Diddy's girlfriend for over 10 years. Once a young singer signed to his Bad Boy Records, now the woman whose words could send him to prison for years. As she takes the stand, the room goes very quiet. Prosecutor Rachel Harper stands up, her gray hair shining under the bright lights, and asks the question everyone has been waiting to hear. "I met Sean in 2005. I was 19, just signed to Bad Boy Records," Cassie says, her voice steady but sad. "He was a powerful man, a big name in music. He promised to make me a star, but what I got wasn't fame, it was a trap." The camera moves closer to her face as she continues. "About a year after we started dating, he showed me what he called the freak-off. He said it was a way to relax, to try new things. But for me it was like a bad dream I couldn't escape." What Cassie described next shocked everyone in the room. These freak-offs weren't just parties. They were carefully planned events where Diddy supposedly had total control over everyone there, including Cassie. "He called it watching," Cassie explained. "He liked watching me with others, but it wasn't just watching. He controlled everything. What I wore, how the lights looked, what people did, even how much baby oil we put on so our bodies would shine just how he wanted." According to Cassie, these events weren't once in a while. They happened all the time during her years with Diddy. "One time a freak-off lasted 4 days," she said. "They happened every week, like a required part of my life." She described being forced to find people through websites like Craigslist or escort services, setting up their travel to places all over the world: Miami, Ibiza, New York, Las Vegas. "I had to text him to ask which pill should I take from your bag, and he would tell me exactly which one," she said. But the most damaging part of Cassie's story wasn't just about what happened to her. It was about who else might have been caught in Diddy's web of control. As the trial reached its most important moment, Cassie's lawyer Samantha Klein stood up and made a request that would change everything. "Your Honor, we ask permission to show proof of a freak-off from 2018 labeled as the White Party Archive." The room went completely silent as the screen turned on. What followed was footage from one of Diddy's famous white parties, Big Beach Mansion, palm trees swaying, bright lights flashing at night. But this wasn't just another celebrity party. The video showed the dark side of these events, famous faces doing questionable things, from using drugs to acting in ways that crossed lines of right and wrong. What happened next stunned everyone in the courtroom. The video changed to a new scene, showing a woman sitting on a couch, her eyes empty, looking like she didn't know she was being filmed. Her face was clear for everyone to see, especially the three young women in the front row. It was Kim Porter, the mother of Delilah and Jesse Combs, who died in 2018. Chance covered her mouth, her shaking hands showing her shock. Delilah held Jesse's hand so tight, her nails dug into her sister's palm. Their eyes moved to their father, showing panic, pain and betrayal, before looking back at the screen showing their mother. Diddy, no longer able to stay calm, hit the table and stood up, his chair scraping back with a loud noise. "Stop the video now," he shouted. "My children are here. You can't do this." But his yelling was drowned out by Jesse's crying. Chance jumped up, pulling her shaking twin sisters, and rushing them out of the courtroom. Their sobs echoed from the hallway, a haunting sound that affected everyone there. Kim Porter died in 2018, the official cause, pneumonia. But her appearance in this video raised disturbing questions. Was her death really from natural causes, or was there something darker happening? Remember, this wasn't just anyone. This was the mother of Diddy's children, a woman who had been part of his life for many years, who possibly knew his deepest secrets. Diddy's lawyer, Victor Langston, tried to fight back against the impact of the video. "Miss Ventura, you've described these events like you were a victim with no choice at all. But let's think about the facts. You signed a 10-album deal with Bad Boy Records. You lived in fancy apartments, traveled the world, and went to big parties. Is it possible you willingly joined these freak-offs to keep your place in Mr. Combs' world?" "No," Cassie replied firmly. "I didn't choose, I was forced. What I got wasn't a reward, it was the price I paid to survive." He controlled everything. My career, my friends, even my thoughts. "Miss Ventura," the lawyer continued, "did you ever work with others, such as Miss Kim Porter, to help with these freak-offs for Mr. Combs? Were you and Miss Porter willing participants enjoying the lifestyle Mr. Combs gave you?" "No," Cassie said, her voice shaking but strong. "Kim was trapped, just like me. We weren't willing partners, we were victims of the same system. He made us feel like there was no way out, as if everything we had, our careers, our families, our good names, depended on making him happy." But there's another layer to this story that few are talking about. The surprising presence of the Combs children at this specific moment in the trial. Why were they there on exactly the day this video was shown? Sources close to the family suggest that Justin Combs, Diddy's oldest son with Misa Helton, may have planned more than just their court appearance that day. "She's the only one who can speak the truth," Justin allegedly texted a friend using a secret app. But who was he talking about? Cassie, or someone else? To understand the complicated family situation here, we need to look at the Combs family structure. Chance Combs is Diddy's daughter with Sarah Chapman. Unlike Delilah and Jesse, she didn't grow up with Kim Porter as a mother figure, which some say left her feeling left out. Justin Combs, Diddy's oldest son with Misa Helton, reportedly grew up watching his father's world closely, learning how to handle its unspoken rules and power games. Insiders claim that in the months before the trial, Justin talked to Chance privately, asking questions meant to make her doubt. "Have you ever wondered who Dad really is?" he allegedly whispered to her one night. He supposedly told her stories about wild parties, about how their father controlled people, and about Kim Porter's possible involvement in things she didn't want to be part of. His words brought up buried pain that Chance had pushed down for years. Though nervous, Chance reached out to Delilah and Jesse, her voice shaking as she urged them to come to the trial. "We need to be there for Dad, but also to understand what really happened." Online people reacted quickly. Hashtags like #KimPorterTruth and #DiddySecrets spread everywhere. Some praised Cassie's bravery. She broke the silence. It took amazing courage. Others questioned the family situation. Justin wants power. Chance wants truth. This isn't just about justice. It's about family secrets finally coming to light. As this trial continues, it makes us face uncomfortable questions about power, control, and the secrets hiding under the shiny surface of the entertainment business. The freak-offs weren't just parties. They were symbols of control, a system where Diddy allegedly ruled completely, turning people like Cassie, and possibly even Kim Porter, into tools for his ambition. For Diddy's children, this trial has broken the image of the father they once looked up to. The painful cries of Delilah and Jesse, as they ran from the courtroom, showed wounds that may never fully heal. But the most troubling questions are still unanswered. Were the freak-offs just part of a fancy lifestyle, or proof of a carefully organized criminal network? And more importantly, was Kim Porter's death really an accident, or a secret Diddy tried to hide? As this case goes on, we'll be here, bringing you the latest news and digging deeper into the truth that's finally coming out. Because some secrets are too dangerous to keep hidden forever. If this story has affected you or someone you know, remember that speaking truth to power takes great courage. Resources for survivors of control and abuse are available to help. This story is still unfolding, and there will be more updates as the case continues. What do you think? Is there more to Kim Porter's death than we've been told? And what do you think really made Diddy's children come to the trial that day? The truth always finds its way into the light. This has been a special investigation report.